Hi everybody, this is Jaclyn Mullen and you are watching my YouTube channel. As you know, I've had this amazing, awesome series going on where I've been talking to female entrepreneurs, female working women who are making a difference, and I am super excited. Actually, I'm a happy heart today. I don't know if you guys can see my shirt, but it says I woke up this happy because I'm interviewing the founder of Project Happy Hearts, Heidi Burns. Heidi! Welcome to the YouTube channel. So we're going to be talking about all things social good, content creation, building an audience. So without further ado, Heidi, why don't you tell us a little bit about Project Happy Hearts and your story?
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. I'm Jaclyn. Thank you for having me. So pretty much about 26 years ago now, I was born blue here in Orange County, California. And actually, they had never really seen a completely blue baby. I had something called transposition of the greater vessels. And was flown to Boston Children's, where I became the 100th baby in the United States of America to have the switch surgery. So my whole life I grew up with, this like big scar on my chest because I had had heart surgery, but I got to live a normal childhood, played a bunch of sports, was a national champion gymnast. And not until about like the end of my junior year in high school, I started feeling some pain again, went away to college and kept doing some testing. And then last year on December, they told me that I needed to have emergency open heart surgery because the oxygen was not flowing through. So on January 17th of 2014, I underwent my second open heart surgery and totally thought I was going to die. Woke up alive and decided, you know what, like I want to change the world and I want the world to wake up happy. Like I just woke up from heart surgery. So starting then, I kind of started Project Happy Hearts slowly by introducing it through social media, talking to all of my friends. But June of 2014 was when it actually launched.
That's incredible. So by the time this actually airs and hits my YouTube channel, it'll be a year since you've had your surgery. And one of the things that I think is so beautiful, like speaking of social media and this like giving back, I actually came across Project Happy Hearts because I was given a giving key for my birthday. I don't know if you can see it. And you guys, I think you had actually had a giving key. You took a picture and you hashtagged giving key in addition to tagging them. And so that's like one of the things I love to share with people is like make sure you search hashtags because, you can find some really great people. And I came across your brand, started looking through your Instagram profile and immediately read your story. I was able to see the pictures and kind of like put these pieces together and was blown away. So Project Happy Hearts is an apparel line. You deal with consumers. You have a shopping cart on your website. For somebody who is looking to either start their own apparel line or build that community, let's talk about content creation and let's talk about like promoting products and services, but coming from a genuine place. How have you guys been able to do that in terms of connecting with your customers and your audience?
Okay, yeah. First of all, I'm wearing my Giving Keys, so they're awesome. Check out thegivingkeys.com. So we started in June with, we're like, okay, how could we get a buzz? How could we use social media to actually like introduce Project Happy Hearts, our apparel line? We weren't ready to sell yet, but we wanted to, get a following. So we started taking photos of people holding up signs. We'd ask them what makes your heart happy, then write on this sign. So I did the first one, and I held up flowers because flowers make my heart happy. And men, a lot of women love flowers, so buy them.
Especially Valentine's coming up, right?
Little hint. So we started this and we would hashtag what makes your heart happy. So then we started getting random people sending us either photos via email or hashtagging on Instagram. And so then we would use that and it kind of spread that way. And then once we actually started selling the shirts, people would, and the I Woke Up This Happy was our first shirt, and it's definitely like the most favorite by far. And people would start wearing their shirt and say, I woke up this happy, and hashtag. And it just kind of from there spiraled. I still have yet to pay for any advertising or marketing. And I've sold out of a few shirt collections. And then, every day through the website I sell, and then now have, in a few stores too.
So this brings up a really good point, and it's something that I often stress and emphasize to the clients I consult with, to the female entrepreneurs that I mentor, and it's that your product's important and your story is important, but it's also your messaging. So if you were to launch out the gate with buy our shirts for X price, or really driving that like sale aspect, then perhaps you might have to like do the advertising, right? But because you built that buzz first, and I love the involvement, because you asked the audience what makes your heart happy and really strategic with the message and tying it back to the content, you've had this great success. So in terms of channels for the brand, would you say that Instagram is like the most popular channel, or would you say that between like Instagram, Twitter, and maybe Facebook or your blog, that there's sort of this spread where your audience is? How did you find that out?
Yeah, definitely. I would say our number one is Instagram. And I think for a lot of both like apparel and give back apparel, or any like lifestyle brands, Instagram, because of the hashtag and because you get so many different people posting, and they'll see, I'm not going to just post every single day, buy our shirt for $30, we give back. Like, I want to see other people wearing it, and then we'll kind of, get the subtle messaging and the storyline to drive people to the website. But I definitely think Instagram for apparel is number one. And then Facebook for messaging and adding like the blog in every once in a while. Like, I need to get better at blogging, but it's still, like I'm growing. Twitter has been okay getting like American Heart Association's attention, some hospitals, but definitely that's not where we're seeing, like people clicking to our website.
I love it. So prior to launching your line, did you have any e-commerce and like fashion design experience?
No, definitely not. I've always loved fashion. I'm the one of like, so I have two older sisters, and then also like, a big group of girlfriends. And I'm always the one, I'm like styling everyone. But definitely no experience in that. I think I told you, like, I'm sometimes like colorblind. I'll wear it anyways, but yeah, nothing in that. I was in the tech space. I worked for a company called DocuSign. So I kind of knew that world a little bit, but nothing with e-commerce or fashion.
Well, and this brings up a good point, and it's something I definitely want to interview about down the line, which is when your heart is telling you that you need to like go in a different direction, when you need to make a career change, how do you know to follow that? And in your case, you have this like story, you have heart disease. I mean, you woke up and you were like, I'm surprised, like I'm thankful and I'm happy to be alive. So for somebody who might just kind of be like trudging along and unhappy in the cubicle, what would you say to them with regard to like tuning in with their heart?
Yeah, of course. So I think that a lot of people, especially like in the generation that I am in, and the first few years out of college, say, you get in these jobs and you're like, I want to do something else. I'm scared to take that risk. And I wouldn't say, like, I fully quit my job and went 100% into Project Happy Arts. But I would say, like, start working on your passion project. Little by little, talk to every single person you can. Learn as much about, that specific space. And then go from there. And then, if you're not going to be homeless, then like absolutely quit your job and do it, because what's the worst that's going to happen? I'm a huge proponent of that. I wish I would have started Project Happy Arts when I was talking about it 5 years ago, but I did need like that life-changing moment, my second open heart surgery, to be like, Heidi, go do it. So
it's cool because you have this interaction with your audience, your customers and everything. have you heard like common themes with regard to like what makes people's hearts happy?
Yeah, definitely. I would say traveling. Everyone loves that. And then a lot of times it's been people, which I think, building this community of Project Happy Hearts. My whole thing is I want to connect the world one heart at a time, and not just like through if your heart is actually not healthy, like any people's heart. And I think that we need people as human beings, and I think that. Yeah, like the fun, like traveling, beach, mountains, but people have been like 100%, like, the main focus on what makes your heart happy.
That's so beautiful. It really is. I mean, I'm super excited for you. So my last question was, what's the best way for people to keep in touch with you and, find out what else is going to be happening for you, Project Happy Hearts? You're at school right now, correct? At USC, studying social good. So I see you as being this like really big voice in the social good space. So do you prefer people to go to Instagram or sign up for your email list? How can people keep in touch with you?
Yeah, of course. So I am at USC finishing this last semester in a Master's of Social Entrepreneurship, which is new in the business school. So if anyone's interested, check it out. I think that going forward, Instagram definitely, which is Project_Happy Hearts. Our Facebook page, which is Project Happy Hearts. We do have an email. It's not as consistent. So, we have a lot of exciting things going on in the future. Probably like within the next few months, you guys will hear about like what we're working on. So yeah, definitely get in touch any way you want. We're trying to also get an intern for social media. So if anyone is interested who's watching this, shoot me an email and I'd love to chat.
Perfect. And there was one other thing I wanted to ask you, and that was with regard to like heart disease and heart disease prevention and awareness. And, I feel like a lot of people who are millennials might associate heart disease with grandparents and all of that, but it happens when you are a baby. Obviously it can happen when you're in your youth. It can happen when you're a young active adult. So what sites can people reference, or do you, statistics wise, just so that people can be up on their heart health education? Because I know that that's a big underlying message with regard to Project Happy Hearts for sure.
Yeah. So, like, the two facts that actually, they cause a lot of heartbreak for me and what made me want to create awareness is that 1 out of 100 babies is born with congenital heart disorder, which is crazy. And the second one that's even crazier is more children die from heart disease than every single childhood cancer that ever exists. Yet, as we all know, childhood cancer gets a lot of awareness, which is amazing, but we want the same for heart disease. And then also, the last is everyone stresses so much about little things. I stress too, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like the happiest all the time, but I think that if you do wake up happy and make that intentional, then the stress lowers, and that will lower heart disease, as you grow up too.
Beautiful message. We're going to ask everybody this question: what makes your heart happy? So tweet us. I'm going to provide you with our handle so you can do that. We want to hear, we want to know for sure. This is at Jaclyn Mullen. I'm at Jaclyn Mullen on Instagram. And Heidi, thank you so much for sharing your goodness today. I really love that question for everybody and that reminder with regard to the stress. And I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you on my YouTube channel. So,
of course. Nice chatting with you. Bye.
Bye.